if the Cavs are going to beat the Celtics at any point in this series, Jason, they're going to need a lot more from Evan Mobley. His final box score stats looked fine. 17 points, 13 rebounds. That 17 points ties a playoff career high. However, 10 of those 17 points came in the fourth quarter when Boston had called off the Dogs. He went 5 of 5 in the fourth quarter. He showed aggressiveness. There's nothing to break down here, Jason. I'm just going to play some highlights as we talk about it. But what we saw from Evan Mobley in the fourth quarter is what the Cavs need from Evan Mobley from the jump in each and every game. And this is now back-to-back games where he has not shown this level of aggressiveness until the game was essentially out of reach. In Game 7, the Cavs were up. Last night, the Cavs were down. What does JB Bickerstaff and this staff have to do? What does Evan Mobley have to do to get more involved offensively earlier in the game? Because we know it can't wait until the fourth quarter when they're down 20 points for their third overall pick to become the offensive threat they needed him to be earlier.
I have no answer for this other than say, pretend that it's a 25-point deficit. It feels almost like it's a pressure situation. And I'm not saying he can't handle pressure, but he certainly seemed to look a lot better when the game was out of reach and there was nothing left to play for. So that's a little troubling, at least on the offensive end. We've had this conversation since October. The Mobley on the offensive end. Defensively, he's elite. He's as good as they come, but they've got to get more out of him offensively. Just make the shots around the basket. Let's start there. He's missed so many bunnies in these playoffs, not just being aggressive around the basket, just being tentative, looking to pass rather than shoot. I don't know how you fix that on May 8th and going into Game 2 of the Eastern Conference semis. It just sort of feels like it is what it is situation at this point.
Yeah, I think Evan Mobley is who he is this season. Now, it may change moving forward. It may change in 4 or 5 seasons. Who knows? But right now, I don't think you're going to get more from Evan Mobley offensively than essentially what we saw last night. What we can see differently from Evan Mobley is him be aggressive and more emphatic and decisive with the ball when he catches it earlier. Earlier in the game, Jason, there was this play in particular. He gets the post up on Derek White, and it gets rejected. Now, I mentioned this on the show. This is the exact same play they ran, and it's the exact same post move he did against Cole Anthony against Orlando. Exact same post move. Dribble to the inside, try and spin. The difference is Boston's going to send 2 guys to help here with the shot clock winding down. Mobley doesn't read it quick enough, finds himself with a pump fake. Yep. Derek White's a little bigger than Cole Anthony. That doesn't end as well as it did for him as opposed to this where they never sent any help. When he catches the ball down low, and he passed the ball out multiple times early in the first half yesterday, I don't care if he misses. I don't care if he gets blocked. I don't care if it's offensive fouls. I don't care if he essentially punts the ball out of bounds. I just want to see him be decisive in whatever he does. Seriously, if he wants to Hail Mary it to the top row, just don't think about it. Do it. And I would, if I'm JB Bickerstaff and the offensive staff of the Cavs, I am calling the first play of the game for him. And I'm saying, Evan, we're going to feed you in the post and we're all running down on defense. And you are going 1-on-5. You have no option to pass the ball. It is you or nobody. It is literally you on offense. Donovan, get your ass back. They can't fast break. It is you. You have to shoot the ball, and we'll live with the result.
Yeah.
But he needs to get his confidence going earlier. We see it in the fourth quarter. I understand Boston's not playing defense the same caliber. They're up by 20 points. The game's out of reach. I totally understand all of that. But he shows that he has the potential. That's a nice little jump hook right there. He drives past Cornette again earlier in the later in that game in this same clip. Just make your decisions quickly, and good things will happen. And if you miss, so be it.
Yep.
Like, so be it. But when you're 3-4 feet from the basket, Evan, unless Donovan Mitchell's standing wide ass open on the perimeter, you're not going to get a better look than that. So, yes, shoot the damn ball. I don't know how else to say it, Jason.
I've said for 2 years, give him the first touch of the game. If I ask him, where are you most comfortable? Go there. Wherever you are most comfortable on the court, go there and give it to him. I don't care if the other 9 guys on the floor know it, if the 20,000 people in the arena know it. Every play during the LeBron years, it was a Kevin Love elbow touch, first play down. Everybody knew it was coming. They ran it anyway. You're trying to activate him early. You know Kevin isn't going to be the primary option because Kyrie and LeBron are on the floor throughout the game. So get him going early. Give him the first touch. I don't understand why they can't do that. I've said for 2 years, give him the first touch of the game. If he wants it on the elbow, give it to him on the elbow. In the wherever he wants it. I don't care where he wants it. Give it to him. Let him get the first look. Let him get the first touch, and then play it out from there. But at least you're trying to activate him early.
Yeah, it's all confidence, and it's similar to the Darius Garland situation where as soon as he missed his first 2 shots yesterday, I was like, nope, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. And I was hoping that after the big shot in the big fourth quarter against Orlando in Game 7, that confidence would translate over.
Yep.
It didn't. He missed his first 2 shots. I don't know if there's any 2 players in the NBA playoffs still playing that need to see their first 2 attempts go through the bucket, or hell, even their first attempt go through the bucket, more than Darius and Evan. And when those are your second and third scoring options in a playoff series against the best team in basketball, you're in for a hell of a situation.
Which again goes back to attack the basket. Although Darius, how many bunnies has Darius missed in these postseasons? Wide open looks at the rim. So that's not even a guarantee. But again, it goes back to just give yourself an easy look. Take easy looks early. Try and get yourself going. I go back to Baker and Kevin. Baker's first year with Kevin. The first quarter was nothing but 6 and 8 yard turnaround, pitch and catch. Let the quarterback catch a rhythm, and then you can open things up from there. It's the same thing with these guys, especially when they're struggling to make shots. The Cavs are the second worst team in this postseason from 3-point percentage. The second worst. The worst team's been eliminated. I forget who. New Orleans was the worst. They're gone. 4 of the 6 worst 3-point shooting teams in this postseason are out. The 2 who are left are the Cavs and the Nuggets. And the Nuggets are in an 0-2 hole tonight going on the road. So you got to make threes at a high clip to win these games. We know that. But try and do everything you can in order to give yourself the best position to do it and catch a rhythm early before you start shooting them.
Last point on Evan and Darius, then we'll move on, Jason. Without Porzingis in the game, the Celtics don't truly have a rim protector. We mentioned it. Al Horford, I joked on the show, he's 55. He's not that old, but he certainly isn't the Al Horford in his prime. And Luke Cornett, who played a really good game last night, and kudos to Luke Cornett. It's Luke freaking Cornett. Like, I refuse. He's not Wembanyama. He's not Gobert. I refuse to allow the 3rd overall pick 3 years ago and the 5th overall pick, who was an all-star 5 years ago, to be deterred at the paint by Luke freaking Cornett, okay? So get your shit together, grow a sack, and go up with it. And if it doesn't work, so be it.
Yeah.
But it sends such a bad message to the rest of your guys. If it's Wemby, whatever. Like, we saw 3-on-1s turn around. He's an alien. If it's Gobert, like, there are elite shot blockers in the league that Mobley's even one of them. Where, okay, you have hesitations. You can't lose the mental battle to Luke freaking Cornett. Do you know where Luke Cornett went to school?
No.
I do, Vanderbilt, because he played against Texas A&M. He fouled out in like 7 minutes. He was a role. He's a good player. Like, he's a valuable guy to come off the bench. But it's Luke Cornett. He cannot be winning the mental battle over Darius Garland and Evan Mobley.